Welcome to Five Flag Speedway for the ninth and final round in the Saskatchewan Stock Car Championship. We are at the speedway that is known for the Snowball Derby, and we are going to decide the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship here tonight. We have a good field of 22 drivers that are competing here tonight, and with the championship at stake, let's go and quickly pull up the point standings as they are going into this race. Thomas McGregor is leading the pack by with 329 points in front of Jeremy Brooks with 315. Then it's Kevin Dick with 306, Ray Murnau with 299, Kelly Admiral with 277, Rob Naismith with 256, and then Carson Nagy also with 256, Tom Quering 226, excuse me, Matthew Shirley with 220, and Kyle Steckley with 210. That is your top 10 in the standings. And what does that mean for tonight? Well, it means for tonight that Thomas McGregor is basically the champion without anybody being able to touch him if he scores a 14th place or better. So if he scores a 14th place, he would be getting 30 points. That would bring him to 359. If Jeremy Brooks, who is right behind him, would score a win with 43 points, he would still be 1 point short of clinging the championship from McGregor. So McGregor is in a pretty good situation. Now, if McGregor would finish last with, let me see, 24 cars at the race, that would give him something like 20 points, or 19 probably. 19. That would leave chances open for Brooks and Dick if they would win the race. Only if they would win the race, they would be able to surpass McGregor if he would finish last. So, and there's a few scenarios in between there where Brooks can still. Brooks would have 10 points more than McGregor if he were to finish last. So there's a few scenarios he could be second or anywhere up to fifth, sixth, something like that. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out. But basically, the odds for Thomas McGregor are very good. 14th or better would make him the champion, and not scoring or being last in the feature race, that would open the door for Jeremy Brooks and Kevin Dick. Kevin Dick would need a win to make that work, and Jeremy Brooks would need probably, let's see, he would have to come in the top 10 somewhere. So that's the stage as we set it for tonight. We are looking at the final minutes of qualifying ticking away here. We have about a minute and 10 seconds left. I don't see anybody currently on the track. And we have nobody on the track at this point, so let's bring up some information on Five Flag Speedway. It's a half-mile oval. It's a fairly wide track for a short oval like this. The current temperature here is 78 degrees. It's located, by the way, in Pensacola, Florida. It's a nice summer night there, 78 degrees Fahrenheit, 55% relative humidity, and no winds. The track temperature is fairly cool. It's 81 degrees, and that would help the drivers with getting a little bit more grip and a little bit less slip sliding around. Hotter tracks always make for a little bit more slip sliding around. This race is run with fixed setups. That means that the drivers cannot alter the cars to a great extent. They cannot work with suspensions and spring rates and anti-roll bars and all of that kind of stuff. The only things they can do are the brake bias and the steering ratio, and that is pretty much it. We're going to be doing the race with no more than 3 sets of tires, so they have limited rubber to their at their disposal. They're going to have to make do with that, and 150 laps on this track, that might become a little bit tricky. So they'll have to work that. All right, we're going into qualifying here. It looks like Jordan Dalsgaard is one of the first cars out here. They're going to get 3 qualifying laps on this track, one more than iRacing does standard, simply because it gives the drivers a little bit more opportunity to warm those tires up and get a good lap time in. Whole bunch of guys on the track already. They cannot see each other. It's individual qualifying, and we can pick out anybody that's on the track, luckily, so we can take a look at pretty much anybody. So here you have Thomas McGregor already starting the night out pretty good with a quickest lap time of 15.796. That was his first lap, and it looks like he's not doing another one. So that kind of surprising to me. Wally Wilson is currently in the second spot with 15.884. His second lap was not an improvement. Ooh, he scratches the wall there. That means that lap will not be that lap will not count. They have to run a clean lap in order for the qualifying time to stand. So meanwhile, it is Kevin Dick already picking up second position here with a 15.852 and also not doing any more than one lap. That's kind of surprising to me. He's coming back out of the pits trying to do another one. Jeremy Brooks, well, as I was going to tell you, he was third. Kyle Steckley passed him there. Kyle Steckley now in third with a 15.862 and 2 laps that didn't count. So Brooks is still, he's done for the night, it looks like. We have Jody Archer here in the number 7 car out there with a 16.026 as a quickest lap. Already put in 3 laps. Carson Nagy, also one of your top 10 championship drivers here in the 093, a 16.161. Raymond O, still out on the track, has not posted a time yet. Let's see what Ray can do. Also one of your top championship drivers, but pretty much just a mathematical chance, if any, to beat Thomas McGregor. Colton Evernham also on track here. Ray Murnau jumps into 10th position with his second lap time, the 16.001. And it looks like the field is very, very close. The best lap time for McGregor was a 15.8, and the entire field is within 1 second. The slowest qualifying driver is Ron Just, currently with a 16.65, and I haven't seen Rob Naismith out there in qualifying yet, so hope he's going to join in. So after qualifying is done, we'll be setting ourselves up for 15-lap heats. There will not be a consolation race tonight. So the heats will do it for us before we go into the feature. And as said, the feature will be 150 laps. In the feature race, the yellow laps will count. In the heat races, they don't. And in those 150 laps in the feature, the guys will have 3 tire sets to their disposal, and that'll be it. So they'll have to make do with that. 1 fast repair for every driver. Fast repairs basically mean that if there's damage on the car, then one time they can go into the pit and have that damage instantly repaired. Basically, kind of get into a backup car. The only thing that isn't instantly repaired or changed is tires and fuel. They'll have to wait for that like normal. But damage repair, one time they can do a fast repair, and after that they're on their own. They're going to have to go into the pits for repairs, for which iRacing calculates time fairly realistically, I would say. And they can also obviously choose to stay out with it. Top speed at the track here is right around 120 miles an hour. The pit lane speed limit is 35 miles an hour. As we see Jody Archer here using the qualifying time to just get some laps in. That's a pretty good idea. So basically, we're all set to go here to the first heat race. And we will bring you the grid here as we are getting started on that first heat. 9 cars in the first heat. And let's start with the front row. Thomas McGregor on the pole position. Jeremy Brooks in second. Alongside him, then on the second row, it'll be Brent Just and Ray Murnau. Then on the third row, it'll be Jody Archer and Carson Nagy. The fourth row will be for Neil Schneider and Rick Sanger, and Rob Naismith, who did not post a time, will start on the ninth position here. And I haven't seen him on the track yet. And he doesn't show like he is on the track now either. So hopefully he can get in here. Would be a shame to miss him here and miss this final race of the season. And it looks like he is missing the start. He can still get started from the pit lane if he's here, but like I said, I do not see Rob Naismith. So on the front there, it's Thomas McGregor. He is in a very good and solid position for tonight to cling the first Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship title. And it's Jeremy Brooks that is right alongside him, and he is pretty much one of the few that can still beat him. But it's going to take a lot, and it's going to take more than just Brooks winning. It would also take McGregor not doing very well. And that is a scenario that obviously can't be ruled out, but it's not very likely either. So this will be the stage we set for tonight. 2 warm-up laps here at the Five Flag Speedway. The race tonight is brought to you by Royal LePage Varsity and Travis Queering. We appreciate their sponsorship. And the pace car is going in, and we are getting ready to go. The guys will be waiting for the call on the radio, and there we go. It's Thomas McGregor and Jeremy Brooks heading into turn 1 with Ray Murnau there on the third spot, slotting in behind the 53 right now. Then it's Carson Nagy and Brent just behind them. Ray Murnau underneath the 53 going for that second place, and it looks like he takes that away from Jeremy Brooks. So it's Thomas McGregor up front, it's Ray Murnau in second, it's Jeremy Brooks in third, then it's Carson Nagy up top there in the 093, and it's Brent just trying to get underneath him there. And it looks like they're going side by side into turn 1. It looks like Brent just is nosing that thing ahead of Carson Nagy's car. It's still side by side. There he goes. He slots into 4th position. Oh, and then he gets a little tap from Carson Nagy, and they're both getting in trouble there. Let's go see what happens here. A little bit further back. Off of the backstretch, it looks like the 093 taps the wall there, and then just a little too hot into the turn, hits the back end of the 16, turns him around, and gets himself in trouble as well. It looks like both of them are still running. Brand just has gone to the pit, and you will see the scoring there on the left of your screen running a little bit. As we are coming around the track. That's because the yellow laps are not counted, and it kind of resets scoring every lap we come by the flag stand. But it is Thomas McGregor in the lead with Ray Murnau now in second, and Jeremy Brooks dropped back to third. Lost 1 position there in that first stint, 4 laps behind our belt. It's Jody Archer that now picks up that 4th position with Neil Schneider right behind him. And then it's Rick Sanger and Carson Nagy drop back, obviously, and Brent just is still in the pit. And I'm hoping that Brent will bring her back out again to continue this heat race. There is no movement, and it looks like the field is going by him now. That puts him a lap down, and that's going to pretty much ruin his chances to work his way back up through the field in the remainder of this heat race. Unfortunate for Brent Just. It kind of looks like he is calling this heat what it is. Thomas McGregor, your leader. running behind the pace truck here around Five Flags Speedway. First heat looks good for him. And I still don't see any movement with Brett Just's car. It does look like he is getting tires changed, so he may have taken a tow. That's why there was no action around that car for a while. Let's see if he brings it back out. He's probably taken some repairs. Well, he should have that fast repair also in the heat race. So not sure what Brandt is doing here.
Green.
And meanwhile, we're going back to racing. It's Thomas McGregor once again is throwing that car in turn one in first position. It's Ray Murnau now on his tail. Jeremy Brooks in third. It's Jody Archer in fourth there, hanging with Brooks. Neil Schneider and Carson Nagy. Carson Nagy already picking up the position from Schneider there. That leaves Rick Sanger behind in the seventh position here. It looks like he's having a little trouble keeping up. Thomas McGregor, it looks like Ray Murnau is right on his tail here. Let's ride along with Ray for a little bit. That's what it looks like from his end of the picture here. Right there with McGregor, same speed, similar pace, definitely. And there you see that pit entry. The wall just kind of pops up right there in turn four. On the backstretch now. Short laps here at the half-mile oval. It's Thomas McGregor holding on to that lead with Ray Murnau and Jeremy Brooks right behind him. The top three here fighting for the lead. Lap 9 of 15 currently. It's Jody Archer in fourth. Carson Nagy has already made good work of Schneider, and he's working his way towards Jody Archer's car. Neil Schneider in sixth. Rick Sanger in seventh. McGregor still in the lead here, and it doesn't look like Murnau and Jeremy Brooks really have anything for him currently. They might just not be willing to fight all that hard right here in this heat race. It's the feature where it really counts. It looks like Murnau was sliding a little bit there, losing a little bit of ground on McGregor and keeping Jeremy Brooks there at bay in third position. And it does look like those cars are getting a little bit loose off the turns. A little bit of wiggling going on. And you see some sparks flying. That looks to me like it's just the bodywork scraping the asphalt. Maybe slightly scraping the wall here and there. McGregor still in front of Murnau and Brooks. And then it's back to the fourth position with about a second between Brooks and Jody Archer here. Carson Nagy is trying to catch up with Jody Archer, but I don't think that is going to work. Neil Schneider and Rick Sanger are rounding out your first heat here. We're on lap 15. The white flag is out for Thomas McGregor. Jeremy Brooks has been trying to get past Ray Murnau on the outside here. Ray Murnau on the inside. Looks like the 53 has got good momentum coming higher off that turn. And it looks like it's Murnau that picks up second position, but only just. Yeah, it looks like there's only 0.005 of a second between those guys. It's McGregor winning this first heat, and let's bring up those results for you really quickly here. We gotta select the right thing here. McGregor, Murnau, Brooks, and as I said, there is only 100th of a second between them. Jody Archer, Carson Nagy, Neil Schneider, Rick Sanger, and Brent just didn't finish rolling. All right, so let's bring your second heat up here. That is going to be Kevin Dick on the pole position with Wally Wilson alongside him. Then it's going to be Justin McLeod and Colton Everingham on the second row. The third row is going to be for Jordan Dalsgaard and Tom Quiring. And the fourth row is going to be Ryan Thompson and Ron Just. 8 starters in the second heat here. Kevin Dick also still with a mathematical chance to cling that championship, if I remember that correctly. Let's see here. Yeah, Kevin Dick still has a mathematical chance to make it. In the number 10 car, the red and black car there in front, with on his high side the 072 of Wally Wilson in the black and green car, and then it's Colton Evernham on the inside. On the outside there in the 48. Justin McLeod on the inside, Tom Quering on the high side, and then Jordan Dalsgaard on the inside. And then it's Ron Just in the 33 car. Here you see him going by, and it's Ryan Thompson in the 033 car. The lights on the truck are out. We're going to get ready to go racing for the second heat here.
Green flag, green flag.
There we go. It looks like Wally Wilson has a very good start on that higher side there. Coming around Kevin Dick. Oh, and then he loses it into turn 3. I'm sorry, that is turn 2. And that is very unfortunate for him. I'm not really sure if he got some help there. Let's bring that back from a closer view. The 20... Oh, yeah. I don't believe that Kevin touched him. If there was anything, it was probably netcode, but I don't believe Kevin touched him. But very unfortunate for Wally Wilson. Damaged front end on that car. The left rear also damaged. Hopefully he can keep her going and try to work his way back through the field here in this race. It looks like Wally Wilson is coming into the pit. And let's see if he uses that fast repair. He doesn't seem to be in too big of a hurry. Meanwhile, it's Kevin Dick in front. Now Justin McLeod in the second spot. Colton Everingham in the third spot. Jordan Dalsgaard in the fourth spot. Ryan Thompson fifth. Ron Just sixth. And seventh place is Tom Quering. And let's go check on Wally. Yep, he's taking a fast repair and he brings it back out. And as slow as he was going in, he was probably not realizing that he had that option in the heat race. But he does, and he's back out. He's going to pick up to the tail end of the field here, and he's definitely going to try his best to work his way forward. I am sure of that. Right along here with your leader, that's Kevin Dick, looking at that beautiful truck there up front. And that's what it looks like behind him. It's Justin McLeod in the 22 car and Colton Evernham in that 48 car, the black car with the white hood. Going around one more time. The lights on the pace car are out. They're going to line them up double file. Unfortunate incident for the 072 of Wally Wilson. He was having a really good start there on the outside, challenging Kevin. And it looks like the 48 is getting very eager to go here. Ooh, and they're already pushing and banging a little bit there. Then it's Kevin Dick deciding the restart at a moment where he catches pretty much everybody off guard. Look at that gap he's pulling just on the start. Colton Evernham in second place. It looks like the 22 of Justin McLeod got caught by surprise there as well. The 033 of Ryan Thompson has gone past him in second. And it's the 072 of Wilson already up to fifth position, with Jordan Dalsgaard behind him, Tom Quering and Ron Just there in the final position. It looks like Kevin Dick has got a good lead over a second on a half-mile oval. That's quite a bit. Evernham in the 48 is trying to reel him back in. Ryan Thompson in the third position in the 033. He had a good start as well. And Wally Wilson already back up to fourth position here, trying to recover what he lost there on that unfortunate incident. Jordan Dalsgaard in fifth. Let's bring her back up here to the front. Wally Wilson already challenging Thompson here for the third position and taking it away from him. So Wally Wilson in just a few laps from last to third. That is pretty good driving, I tell you that. And let's see if he can reel in Colton Evernham. It looks like that gap is shrinking rapidly from 1.3 seconds down to less than a second already. Currently half a second behind Evernham. There you see it. He's reeling in him. He's reeling him in. Ooh, there he touches the wall. He overshot that final turn there a little bit. That is going to cost him about a half a second. You see him sliding around. He's definitely going all out there. And it looks like Colton is running high. That means that Wally can bring it right back up behind him for that second position. Let's ride along with Wally here for just a moment. Oops, wrong car. This is Wally. You can see the right front fender being curled up a little bit from topping that wall. Ooh, what a save. Ooh, this is great stuff. This guy is really on the ball here. And there you see the 48 having that wiggle off the turn as well in front of him. Ooh, and now the 48 gets her. Oh, he saves it. Unbelievable. What a save. The 072 going around the outside. And once again, the 48 gets really loose and saves it. The 033 closing in on these guys as well. What a race here. The 048 is just hanging on, and it looks like those tires are completely gone. The 033 tapping the inside wall right behind there. He put himself in between the 48 and the 072. That is Ryan Thompson in your 033 there behind Everingham and in front of Wilson. And it looks like Jordan Dalsgaard is also catching up to these guys. Meanwhile, it's Kevin Dick way out in front. So let's stick with this fight here. And Wally Wilson coming to the inside of the 48 now. It looks like he's going to pick up second position. The 033 tries to get underneath the 48 as well. But he can't get it done just yet. So Wally Wilson picks up the second position. It's Colton Evernham. Oh, the 72 almost loses it again. And the 48 goes around the outside there, picking that second position back up. We're on. Oh, the 72 goes around. Oh my gosh, he gets it back going. We're on the final lap. All that work for nothing. Back in seventh position. There you see Ron just even. Oh, not quite going past him here, but oh, that is so unfortunate. And the fight is still not over. As we pass the checkered flag here, it is Kevin Dick picking up the win. It's Colton Evernham in second and Jordan Dalsgaard in third. Let's bring that up for you real quickly here. Kevin Dick in front with 8 seconds gap to Colton Evernham. Then it's Jordan Dalsgaard, Tom Quering, Ryan Thompson. Couldn't hold on to that third position. Justin McLeod in sixth, and Wally Wilson unfortunately dropping back there to the seventh position. Ron just in eighth. All right, that brings us to our third heat here tonight with Carl Steckley on the pole position. Brandon Forsyth is alongside him on that first row. Then it's the second row with Matthew Shirley and Sam Howlett. Brandon Feeney and Ernie Ludwig on the third row, and the fourth row is for David Rockwood. Jordan Berry is not starting. He is your race administrator, so his name is on that list, but he won't be taken to the track. So Kyle Steckley, Brandon Forsyth up front there for your third heat race. And let's go and see that we have Matthew Shirley there in the third spot in the number 12 car, the 69 of Sam Howlett. And the black car, that should be Brandon Feeney. 38, his number is not really legible, but we'll take his. Oh, it's kind of a chromish thing, I believe. Yeah, there you have it. And then Ludwig is your 26 car, and David Rockwood is your number 90 car there at the end, the blue and black car. Kyle Steckley here in the number 24. Brandon Forsyth alongside him. Second row, Matthew Shirley and Sam Howlett. Lights on the truck are out. We're going to be going racing next time by. Nicely lined up here. And they'll be waiting for the call on the radio. There we go. Kyle Steckley is a little bit early on the gas. It looks like Matthew Shirley sneaks in that bottom line there all the way to second position, with Brandon Forsyth a little bit caught out there on that high side. He's got Sam Howlett trying to push that car underneath him as well, the 69. So it looks like Brandon got caught out on the start a little bit. Then it's the 69 of Sam Howlett trying to get underneath him, but he can't quite get it done. It looks like Brennan is running that high side very... Ooh, 69 goes around.
The yellow flag is out.
The 69 goes around. I do believe he did that by himself there. I think he gets a little help from the 90. He doesn't hit anything, so that's good news. He'll be able to catch up with the pack there in 7th position and try again. Steckley had a good start there, and Matthew Shirley had a great start coming off the second row, getting underneath that 28 and picking up the 2nd position. Then it's Brandon Forsyth in the 3rd position. And it's going to be, let me see, Brandon Feeney in that number 38 car has picked up the 4th spot. It's Ernie Ludwig and David Rockwood behind him, and Sam Howlett is your final car in the order here. Well, it looks like the 90 of Rockwood has been put behind Howlett. That might be a race admin decision there, as the 90 was really the evil doer here, tapping that 69 slightly in the back. It doesn't take much to turn those cars around, and it's although some people say rubbing is racing, basically racing even like this on short tracks with cars like this, racing is supposed to be a non-contact sport. It's not always easy, and mistakes are easily made. I don't believe any of that, what you saw between the David Rockwood and the 69 of Sam Howlett, I don't believe that any of that is intentional. It's just one of those things. It happens. You make a mistake. You don't slow down enough. You turn somebody around, and that's just how things go. And fairly sure the lights on the pace car will be going out next time by. That number 12 car of Matthew Shirley. Let's see if he can pull the same stunt on Steckley here on the restart. And then it's the 28 and the 38, Forsyth and Feeney. Ernie Ludwig there in the 26 car. David Rockwood, your final driver. We're getting ready to get racing once again. Let's keep an eye on those front guys here. It looks like Kyle is opting for the outside, and that basically gives Matthew Shirley the chance of repeating what he did earlier. We know he's good on that inside, but he has to wait for Steckley.
Green flag.
There we go. We're running once again. Steckley has the lead in front of Matthew Shirley into turn 1. Then it's Brandon Feeney now picking up the 3rd position on that higher side from Brandon Feeney. And Ernie Ludwig behind Feeney, Forsyth there in the 5th spot. Rockwood 6th. And Howlett is in 7th. He could not stay ahead of Rockwood, it looks like. It looks like David Rockwood is actually running the quickest lap of this heat race at the moment. Matthew Shirley now coming under pressure from Brandon Feeney for the 2nd position, with Brandon Forsyth right there with him. And then it's a little bit further back to Ernie Ludwig, David Rockwood, and Sam Howlett. And it looks like Rockwood is right on the tail of Ludwig there. That is for 5th and 6th position. Well, let's bring her back up to this group here. It looks like they're stretching out a little bit. Feeney cannot hang with Shirley. Brandon Forsyth is right on his tail, so let's go back here to Ludwig. It looks like David Rockwood is blasting by him on the exit of turn 4. And he picks up 5th position with that move. That was a good move. Ludwig now in 6th, and Howlett still in the 7th position. Let's bring her back up front here. It's still Carl Steckley leading the race in front of Matthew Shirley, Brandon Feeney, and Brandon Forsyth. David Rockwood is in 5th, and it looks like he's coming loose a little bit from Ludwig. Ludwig now coming under pressure from Howard, but it looks like Howard got on the gas a little bit too early and slid that back end out on the backstretch. Steckley looks fairly safe in front here, with Matthew safe in 2nd position, Brandon Feeney safe in 3rd, but it looks like Brandon Forsyth is gaining on him a little bit. Let's ride along with Brandon here for a little bit. You can see the cars moving and bouncing a little bit on this short track here. You can hear the rubber scrubbing on the asphalt. Right around at 120 when you hit turns and you slow down for the turns. Light braking, if any. Looks like Brandon is very comfortable on that lower side, and he can't really get closer to Brandon Feeney at this point. It's still Steckley comfortably in front, Matthew Shirley in 2nd, and then behind these guys we see David Rockwood in the 90 car leading Ernie Ludwig and Sam Howlett. It doesn't look like Sam is successful in trying to pass that 26. You can see him wiggling off the turn there. Early on the gas means it's very easy for that back end to step out. 2 more laps to go here. Can he get by? It looks like he's just not close enough. Kyle Steckley is taking the white flag. He's still in the lead here with Matthew Shirley behind him. Then Brandon Feeney and Brandon Forsyth. Not any change. Looks like Kyle Steckley is going to pick up that heat win here. There you have him taking the checkered flag. It's Matthew Shirley, Brandon Feeney, Brandon Forsyth, David Rockwood, Ernie Ludwig, and Sam Howlett has not been able to pass that number 26 car in front of him. All right, that means we're going to bring you the results of that final heat. There you have him, Kyle Steckley, Matthew Shirley, Brandon Feeney, and then Brendan Forsyth, David Rockwood, Ernie Ludwig, Sam Howlett, and Jordan Berry did not start the heat. He is your race admin. So what happens next? We're going to go into a warm-up of about 5 minutes, and that'll give the drivers that have been waiting on these heats a chance to get back into the groove of things and warm themselves up and get themselves in the right mindset to try and start the race in 5 minutes. Looks like currently Jeremy Brooks is the quickest here in the warm-up. So let me bring up those championship standings once more as we are going into the feature. Based on the 8 races before, it is Thomas McGregor in the leading position with 329 points. So if I see it correctly, we have 24 drivers here tonight. Yep, I believe we have 24 drivers here tonight. And that means that anybody that takes the start will always do better than 20 points. And that means that if McGregor would be last in the feature, that Kevin Dick cannot beat him. It's really only Brooks that can beat him. Kevin would come alongside with equal points if McGregor scored only 20 points. So at equal points, I'm not sure who is going to be the winner, because that would depend on their probably their amount of victories. But either way, if Like I said before, if McGregor makes it to 14th or higher, then there is nobody that can touch him. Let's bring up your race information here once again real quick. It looks like the track temperature has gone down by a degree. It's night, it's evening obviously, so it's going to cool down a little bit. Cool track temperature is to the advantage of the drivers. It's easier to find grip on a cold track or a cool track. And other than that, the circumstances, the temperature is dropping a little bit, but everything stays the same here in Pensacola, Florida. So we're looking forward to a fun race here, deciding the championship in the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship, with the favorite Thomas McGregor already having a heat win behind his belt here. That's a good start. That's good for his mindset here. And I currently do not see him out on the track. Nope, he's not out. There you see the guys waiting and trying to get ready here in pit lane. Jeremy Brooks is currently the quickest driver on the track with a 15.78. Ooh, somebody's blowing up something that looked like Steckley was smoking there. Oh, he was just lighting up the tires going into the pits. "30 seconds to go in this warm-up here, then we're going to start lining them up for you for the feature race. 150 laps to decide the championship. 9 races will be the total of this first season. And from what I hear, we're going to get started with a new season in 2 weeks. A great group of guys, good drivers, lots of fun racing. And the official time for the warm-up has passed. So let's bring up the grid for the feature. There you have it. It's Thomas McGregor on the pole position. And alongside him will be Kevin Dick. And then it'll be Kyle Steckley and Ray Murnau on the second row. And on the third row, we'll be seeing Colton Everingham and Matthew Shirley. Jeremy Brooks and Jordan Dalsgaard will be on the fourth row. Then on your fifth row, it'll be Brendan Feeney and Jody Archer. Tom Queering and Brennan Forsyth will be on your sixth row. Then we'll move on to the seventh row with Carson Nagy and Ryan Thompson. The eighth row with David Rockwood and Neil Schneider. Then it will be Justin McLeod and Ernie Ludwig on the 9th row. The 10th row is going to be Rick Stenger and Wally Wilson. Sam Howlett and Brent Just on the 11th row. And Ron Just on his own on that final row there. And again, Jordan Berry will not be taking the start. 23 drivers getting started here tonight in the feature race. Thomas McGregor in a good position to seal the deal here tonight. But it's 150 laps. A lot of stuff can happen. There's still a chance for Jeremy Brooks and for Kevin Dick. And as I said before, Kevin's only chance would be a win and a poor finish for Thomas. Brooks would need McGregor to be worse than 14th, and then he would need a win. And it looks like everybody has taken the start except for Rob Naismith. Not sure what the deal with him was. He was here in practice. He is not on the track right now. Cars nicely lined up here behind the pace truck. The pace truck will be coming in, and Thomas McGregor will be waiting for the call on the radio.
Green flag.
There we go. We're racing for the final race of the Saskatchewan Stock Car Championship. It is Thomas McGregor diving into turn 1 first, with Kyle Steckley sticking behind him there in second position. Then it's Kevin Dick and Ray Renault side by side. Ooh, we are already going yellow here, and it's the 28 of Brennan Forsyth that is getting in trouble here. Several cars involved. Let's see if we can bring back what's going on. Take a look here at the 20. Ooh, it's actually the 90 that got things started, it looks like. David Rockwood. David gets a little bit of help from the 93 of the 093, I should say, of Carson Nagy. Turns it around and takes several guys with him. That's an unfortunate incident there. Everybody trying to get back around. Trying to get back in the right direction. Justin McLeod there, still standing still. Ooh, he's going to have to hurry. Guys will have to get around him. Ooh, that is going to cost him. There he gets it going. Hopefully he can bring it back to the original position he had in front of these guys. Not sure how race control would work that. Right now he's in the middle of the field there. That would put him a lap down on the leader, Thomas McGregor. Let's go and check on some of the other guys. Brandon Forsyth is running. Ryan Thompson is running, but he looks like he's in trouble. Or was he just waiting on Justin to come by there? Brennan is still running. David Rockwood is still running. Has not gone into the pits. Nobody has just yet. He might just be thinking, I'll save that fast repair for when it gets worse than this. The speeds are not high enough, folks, for these damages on the bodywork to really hurt them all that much. There's not that much of an aero package on these cars to begin with. And the speeds of about 120 miles an hour max are just not high enough for that airflow to really make a huge difference. Maybe just a little bit, but it's not going to be that significant. All right, let's go check back up front here on the main straightaway. I'm expecting those lights to go out, and the guys will be lining them up double file once again. It's McGregor and Steckley in the front here, Ray Renault and Kevin Dick on the second row. Then it's Colton Evernham and Jeremy Brooks on the third row. Matthew Shirley is there on the fourth row with Brandon Feeney on the outside. And there we have it. The green flag is out. Thomas McGregor has a good jump on the field. Ray Renault jumps to the second place on the inside, catching Kyle Steckley. The high side doesn't seem to be working on that restart all that well. It looks like Steckley is now slotting into third position with Kevin Dick right behind him, Evernham right behind there, and then Jeremy Brooks in the 53 in sixth position, Matthew Shirley in seventh, Brandon Feeney is in eighth. Thomas McGregor setting the quickest lap time of 16.24 with Ray Renault in pursuit there. Ray has got Kyle Steckley right behind him and Kevin Dick. Let's keep an eye on these guys here. It looks like Ray Renault is pulling away from Kyle just a little bit. Kevin Dick still hanging on the rear bumper of that white number 24. Looks like he was trying to go to the inside but couldn't get it done just yet. And it's Jeremy Brooks there behind Evernham, also getting racy. Not close enough to make anything happen. And let's go check on Kyle Steckley and Kevin Dick for the third position. It still looks like Kevin, he's taking a look all right, but he can't just get it done. And what he does here is he has a little bit of a wide entry and then comes out lower underneath Kyle Steckley, and that helps him to stay alongside in the next turn. Ooh, now it looks like Kyle is nosing ahead again on that higher side. Kevin Dick trying to get underneath there. Can't quite get it done. Ooh, that looks like that looks like a few connection issues. That smoke coming off that car without anything happening. Yep. It looks like Kyle Steckley is having some connection issues there. I hope he gets it sorted out really quickly. It'd be a shame to lose a race because of that. Kevin Dick still hanging with him. Ooh, we have another yellow. Let's go find what is going on. It looks like it is the 93 there of Neil Schneider getting into trouble. And kind of surprising that they're throwing a yellow for that, because I don't believe there was any blockage of the racetrack. He does scrape the wall and he hits Brandon Forsyth, but that was pretty much it. They're all running. Unless I'm missing something. No, I don't think I am. That was pretty much it. So, well, let's see in the what is happening here. Looks like the field bunching up quite suddenly. Sometimes the pace truck comes out right in front of the field, and then the leaders will have to slow down significantly to let the pace car pass them. Well, looks like all is quiet at the front here. McGregor is still ahead. It's Ray Murnau in second. Kyle Steckley in third. Hopefully his connection will stay good. Kevin Dick still in fourth. It's Jeremy Brooks that did go past the 48 of Evernham. We missed that. And it looks like the 22 of Justin McLeod gets the wave around. Matthew Shirley then in 7th, Brandon Feeney 8th, Jordan Dalsgaard 9th, and Jody Archer is in 10th. We see Wally Wilson trying to work his way up through the field. It looks like Wilson has already gained 9th position since the start, so he's doing a pretty good job here. Lap number 18 of 150. Just the opening stages of this race here. And if things would finish this way, you are looking at the number 75 as your champion for the first Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship. You can't beat that. Closing it out with a win. But like I said, it's still a long race. We have quite a ways to go. Anything can happen. Longer green stints will mean that we're going to have to be dealing with traffic. Nothing is guaranteed in a race like this. Side by side once again, we're getting ready to go back to racing. Murnau on the outside now. Kevin Dick on the outside of Steckley. Everingham on the outside of Brooks. Brooks is on your inside there in the 53, the white and bluish car. And we're getting ready to go. They're waiting on the call for the radio, or Thomas McGregor can start the race whenever he wants to. Side by side going to turn one with Murnau. It is McGregor on the inside. He comes out on top. Already back to a caution in the back of the pack. It's the 90 of David Rockwood that comes together. Can't keep it down. The back end sliding away from him. Let's bring that back for you. Keep an eye on the number 90 car. Ooh, I would not rule out that he had a little bit of a tap there from the 93. It brings out another caution. Let's see if we can determine that. The 93 is the greenish car behind here. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Well, good thing he didn't waste that fast repair just yet, because it looks like that car's going to get some more dents before the night is done. Back live and up front, Thomas McGregor, once again, still your leader. Let's go see if we have any takers on pit road. No, it doesn't look like it. And it looks like Ron Just is 5 laps down, so I'm not really sure what happened to him. I missed that. Sanger is also 5 laps down, and we haven't lost anybody except for the guys that didn't start. That is good. Let's go and see if we can find Wally Wilson. He is still in 11th position. He hasn't gained anything on that half a lap of racing that we did. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him move up a little bit. He looks like he's pretty strong. Moved up 9 positions since the start. And Brent Just has also done a good job of working his way up 7 positions since the start. Sam Howlett picked up 5 positions since the beginning of the race. Let's go check up front here. Lights on the pace car should be going out here in this time by. Yep, there we go. Back into formation starting. McGregor on the inside there, and Murnau on his outside. Behind him, it's Kyle Steckley and Kevin Dick. And we're racing once again. Thomas McGregor hits the gas early, pulls away from Ray Murnau, saves that first position for himself, and then it's Ray Murnau in second, Kyle Steckley in third, Kevin Dick in fourth, with Jeremy Brooks coming to his inside, and Jeremy's trying to bring Colton Evernham along there. Kevin Dick looks to be like he's a little bit caught out on that high side here. Oh, and we have another one. And it looks like it is the 26 of Ernie Ludwig that got into trouble there. Let's go bring that back for you. They're on the backstretch here, going into turn 3 and 4. Oh, it looks like the 26 gets a tap from the 69 of Sam Howlett. And he almost saves it, and then he saves it with the help of the 93 of Schneider, but that causes Schneider to turn it around. The 16 of Brent Just, we were just talking about him, how he worked his way up. He is back down. Wally Wilson picked up another 2 positions there, from 11th to 9th. I think he's looking pretty strong. Looks like that car is still pretty clean. Right behind him, the 38 of Brandon Feeney. And in front of him is the number 17 of Jody Archer. Let's go check on Kevin here. Kevin Dick has lost the position to Jeremy Brooks. He worked his way past there. He was kind of caught out on that higher side, it looked like. Colton Evernham was trying to come along with Jeremy, but that didn't work early enough before the yellow came back out. Shirley in 7th, Archer in 8th, and Carson Nagy is in 11th. Jordan Dalsgaard there. David Rockwood is not doing bad at all. Tom Queering in the 46 car. He still looks pretty unscathed. Ryan Thompson has a little bit of damage. He's been collected a couple times already. Justin McLeod in the 22 car also been collected. Forsyth not having any luck. He dropped back 5 positions since the start of the race. Ernie Ludwig is hanging on. And then Schneider got a little bit unlucky on that last one here. Sam Howlett, he is not unscathed either. We have one driver in the pit, and that's the 16 of Brent Just. It looks like the field is blowing by him, so he's lost a lap. Hopefully he'll get a wave around in one of the next yellows. It looks like we're getting ready to go again. Thomas McGregor on the inside, Ray Murnau on the outside, Kyle Steckley and Jeremy Brooks right behind them there, Kevin Dick and Evernham. There we go. It's Thomas McGregor once again getting a jump on the field. Murnau in second. Kyle Steckley picks up third position from... he holds on to third position. Jeremy Brooks in fourth. It looks like Kevin Dick is on the inside now, and that's going to help him try to get by to 53. Ooh, we have another caution. It's the number 12 of Matthew Shirley involved here. Let's go and see what happens. It's the 12 and the 72, I believe. It looks like the 72 coming off the turn, taps that number 12 in the back and turns him around. Unfortunate for Matthew Shirley. He was doing pretty good up there in the top 10. And let's see, where did we leave? Oh, the number 72, that is Wally Wilson. That is kind of ended his progress so far. He was up in 9th already. Shirley was in 8th, so that's what they were fighting for, and that turned into a disaster for both of them. Wilson gets to start all over again. Feeney coming into the pits, it looks like. Where is he? There he is. Ooh, he missed his pit stall. He's got to do some parallel parking here. And it looks like he's taking tires. That'll be his second set on lap 36. Remember, they only get 3 sets of tires. McGregor has still got this stuff in hand. The yellows will probably benefit him because it takes longer for them to catch up to the back markers this way. But this thing is not run yet, even though it looks good for Thomas. I just don't think you can make predictions this early in the race. Anything can happen. Murnau is in second. Kyle Steckley in third. Jeremy Brooks in fourth. Kevin Dick in fifth now. Colton Evernham in sixth. Archer in seventh. Nagy picks up 8th position with Rockwood now in 9th. Dalsgaard in 10th. Ryan Thompson in 11th. So these guys are picking up some good spots here. Tom Queering in the 12th position. Justin McLeod. Ernie Ludwig. Brandon Forsyth. Sam Howlett. Neil Schneider. Matthew Shirley and Wally Wilson. Brandon is still in the pits. It looks like Brent Just is still out there as well. Lights are off, and it looks like McGregor is opting to go to the outside this time. Oh, it looks like we're going single file. The yellows follow each other with very little racing in between. Race control can put them on single file. Hopefully we'll stretch the field out a little bit and get it going once again. There we go. Thomas McGregor gets a good jump on Ray Murnau here in second position. Steckley in third. Jeremy Brooks in fourth. And Kevin Dick in fifth. And it looks like that single file restart really works to stretch out the field a little bit. Maybe we'll get some more racing in here. Ray Murnau in second position, chasing after McGregor, and it looks like he's catching him already. There he comes, nice and tightly on the inside there. Single file, pretty much the entire field behind these guys. It's Steckley in third on the bumper of Murnau. Now it looks like McGregor is walking away from him a little bit. Already 4/10 of a second. And Steckley going to the inside of Murnau. He picks up second position. Kyle Steckley moves alongside there. Murnau is on the high side. Jeremy Brooks is trying to come with Steckley on that inside now. He's got that nose in there. Ooh. Taps Murnau and turns him around. Let's bring that back for you. Look at the 53 coming up. He's on the inside, and he taps that number 03 of Murnau and turns him around. And then there's one car that just sees it too late there. Two cars, actually. And that's unfortunate for Murnau. Let's go and check that car out and see how bad it looks. I don't believe it's all that bad. The two cars that ran into him didn't do that very hard. He's got a little bit of damage on the right side. He's back in 18th position. And if we go live, we'll see them coming into the pits here. Ray Murnau, Neil Schneider, Ryan Thompson coming into the pits. And it looks like Ron Just has also come in there in the 33 car. That looks like a fast repair because that car looks good. So Murnau getting his machine fixed. It doesn't look like he's taking that fast repair. Thompson doesn't look like he's doing that either. Maybe he already has, I don't know. I don't think so. Murnau is back out again. 17th position. That's unfortunate for him. He's doing really well there, trying to fight for the lead. And once again, I have no thoughts about any of this being intentional. It's just close racing on a very tight track, half a mile oval with a bunch of cars going for the win. That's just part of the deal. Ernie Ludwig now coming into the pits from 13th or 12th position. Car doesn't look too bad. He's just picking up tires, it looks like. Yep, there we go. Right side up. And who else is in the pit? Ron Just is just not going back out. It doesn't look like. Well, there he's working on that car. It looks like he had that fast repair. He's kind of slow going away here. I'm not sure what. Oh, the pit lane exit may be closed while everybody comes by. That's probably what it is. So let's see if we can find Wally Wilson. Wally is in 14th position. Ray Murnau is down in 16th position. Up front, it's McGregor with Kyle Steckley now alongside, and Jeremy Brooks and Kevin Dick on the second row, Evernham and Nagy on the third row.
Green flag.
And we're back to racing. Thomas McGregor pulls another one on the field here, keeps it in the lead. Steckley and the 53 battling it out. It looks like there's been a little bit of touching going on there. The 53 going a little bit wider. It's the Kevin Dick on the high side losing a spot to Evernham. Evernham almost loses it. Oh, and it's Wally Wilson in trouble once again. Let's see if we can find out what happened to him. The 72, keep an eye on him. That's Wally Wilson. The 22. And it's the 22 that taps him on that right panel, on that left rear panel there. The 22, that is Justin McLeod. The trouble is that, everybody's coming at you full speed, and it's hard for everybody to avoid a car that's standing still, you can't just pump on the brakes because that would lock up your wheels and you'll just slide into the wall. It's just not that simple. Looks like Matthew Shirley is in the pits. He is currently the only one in there, it looks like. There is his pit stall. Yep, he's getting tires. And it's still McGregor up in front. So far, he's been in control. Lap 53 of 150. It's looking good for him tonight. Like I said, anything above 14th position will get him locked for that championship. But he will be He'll be putting a crown on that first championship here if he pulls that off with a win. Absolutely. That would be a very good job. In second place, we have Kyle Steckley. Then it's Jeremy Brooks in third, Colton Evernham in fourth, and Kevin Dick in fifth. Carson Nagy worked his way up to sixth. That means he picked up a position from Rockwood, I believe. Archer and Dalsgaard, Tom Queering, Ray Murnau in 11th. So he picked up a couple spots already. Brandon Forsyth in 12th, Brandon Feeney in 13th, Ludwig then in 14th, and Wally Wilson in 15th. Matthew Shirley out of the pits in 16th. Neil Schneider and Justin McLeod are rounding up your field here with Ryan Thompson, Brent Just, and Ron Just. They are back markers. Lights are out on the truck, so we're going to be lining them up once again. Kyle Steckley there on the outside in a number 24 car. There we go. Once again, Thomas McGregor has a good jump on the field. Now it's Jeremy Brooks coming to the... Oh my goodness. They're having trouble getting through that first turn there. Kevin Dick and Kyle Steckley got together. Let's bring that back for you real quick. This is the restart. And keep an eye on Jeremy Brooks dive into the second position. And then it's the number 48 and the number 24 getting together. They do save it. That is pretty good. And it leaves Kevin Dick in the third position now. Jeremy Brooks is walking away from these guys, trying to reel in Thomas McGregor. Kevin Dick is in third. Kyle Steckley dropped to fourth. Colton Evernham dropped to fifth, and he's got Carson Nagy right behind him. Then it's David Rockwood in the 90. Oh, and it's Wally Wilson once again. It is not his night. What happened? Wally Wilson here. Oh, it looks like the 90 just cuts across, not aware of the 72 trying to start a maneuver. And it is just not Wally's night here. We can try to get that back from the perspective of the 90. Where is he? There he is. We can go to his gearbox and see. There you go. He cuts across the track there, and the 72 is already there and can't avoid it. Unfortunate. Looks like Rockwood is going into the pits to get that damage repaired, hopefully. Well, let's find Wally. Wally is staying out there. Guess there's no point in trying to fix that car if you get beat up every other lap. Rockwood now in the pits. And I do believe he got a fast repair there. Yeah, that car looks pretty nice now. There he goes. Yep, he's in good shape. He'll be behind Wally Wilson in the 18th position. Wally is in 17th. Ray Murnau worked his way back up to 8th already, so he's doing pretty good. And Kyle dropped off to 4th there. That restart was a little bit messy, I would say, but they saved it beautifully. And that's I will say I respect those guys up front. Saving a car like that in a situation like that at speeds like that, I guarantee you that is not an easy thing to do. It looks a lot easier than it really is. So if you're not on iRacing just yet, you need to figure this out and get on there and learn how to do this stuff. Jody Archer hanging on to that to a top 10 position here nicely. He's kind of not on the forefront, but he's there and he's holding on to it. Looks like we're getting ready to go. Pace truck is going in, and it'll be up to Thomas. He hits the gas early, pulls away from Jeremy Brooks there. Jeremy has a good start as well, slots in the 2nd spot. Then it's Kevin Dick picking up 3rd position, and it's Kyle Steckley on his outside, racing him for that 3rd position there. Kevin Dick in the red car, the number 10, and Kyle Steckley in the white number 24. Still side by side. Evernham is right behind him there. Oh, there we go again.
Caution, yellow flag.
This time it's Kevin getting turned around. Look at the red and black number 10. He gets turned around by the 48 there at the exit of the turn. They touch bumper to bumper. The 48 seems to save it. We can try to find that for you. Ooh, lots and lots and lots of problems in the back as well. Nope, that's a different situation. I apologize, I went back way too far there. It looks like the 48 saved his car in that touch with Kevin Dick, and he's still in the 5th position. Kevin Dick now going into the pits. I'm sure he'll be happy to get some new rubber underneath that car. He's in the back anyway, so he might as well get it done, and that way he'll be able to work his way back up. Let's go check on some of the other guys. Ooh, it looks like Kyle Steckley, Carson Nagy, Colton Evernham, and Ray Murnau are all coming in for tires. And we also see Matthew Shirley, Wally Wilson, Justin McLeod. Kevin Dick is back on his way out. He saved himself from going down a lap. Good job. So Steckley in the pit there. Behind him you see Ray Murnau and Colton Evernham. There they are. And then at the number 12 of Matthew Shirley. Carson Nagy in the pit as well. Justin McLeod, Wally Wilson once again in the pit. And it looks like he's finally got that car fixed up. He saved that fast repair and he used it now. Ryan Thompson, he's still out there. Wally Wilson and Justin McLeod coming out. Ray Murnau coming. No, they're still working on that car. Is there an issue? There he goes. He's back out. It looks like he had to let the field go by here. That's costly. And Still in front, Thomas McGregor. Brooks on his outside now. Those are the two top contenders in the championship, but if it stays like this, it's McGregor taking it away. He is the leader in the championship by a big enough margin. He could actually even let Brooks go, but why would he?
Green, green, green.
There we go. We're racing once again. Good start for McGregor. Good start for Brooks. Slots in second place. Then it's Brandon Feeney picking up third position with Jordan Dalsgaard in fourth, Tom Quiring in fifth, and Ernie Ludwig in sixth. Brandon Forsyth back in seventh, and Kyle Steckley back here in the eighth position after his pit stop. Let's go check up front here. It looks like Brooks is hanging with the leader here. Let's ride along with him. There you go. That car is not free of damage, as you can tell, but he's hanging with that leader in second position, Jeremy Brooks. There you have him. And Brandon Feeney in the third spot, and he's coming under attack of Jordan Dalsgaard in the number 17 car. That's for third and fourth position, and they're pulling away from Ernie Ludwig. Ernie Ludwig has got Tom Quiring to worry about, and we have another yellow. What is going on? Ooh, it looks like Brandon Forsyth got in trouble, and then past him, there's more people get. Brandon gets in trouble coming off turn 4, turns it around, and up ahead there, it looks like some people are locking up brakes, but they're hanging on to their cars. Once again, under yellow, lap 77 of 150. We're pretty much over halfway. Tom Quiring now going into the pits. He's still looking pretty clean and unscathed. So I'm guessing he's just picking up tires as well. Yep, there we go. The number 7 is coming in. That's Jody Archer. He was pretty... he's doing some parallel parking there. Guys need to remember that they can just go through the other car that's in front of him. iRacing has those pit stalls really close together, but to compensate for that, you can just drive through each other in that pit lane, or in the pit stalls itself. You saw that happening there. Jody did not have that car fixed up. Maybe he's already used that fast repair. Drops back in the order to 16th position. Ryan Thompson here in the 033, currently in 17th. And it looks like Rockwood is out, Schneider is out, Howlett is out, Sanger is out, and Naismith didn't take the start. Back up the order here, Thomas McGregor. And it looks like Brandon Forsyth is back into the pits after that little spin. He got out of there fairly unscathed. It's not that bad. He's just getting tires also. Wally Wilson, meanwhile, is back looking at that top 10 once again. Kevin Dick in 8th. Kyle Steckley in 7th. We'll say that these guys that stayed out, Feeney, Dalsgaard, Ludwig, and Nagy, they're doing a pretty good job up front there. Getting ready to go racing once again. McGregor and Brooks in the front. Then it's Feeney and Dalsgaard, Ludwig and Nagy. And there he goes. Thomas McGregor hits the gas. Once again, a good start, and a very good start for Brandon Feeney. Ooh, and it looks like the 53 of Brooks is really caught out on that higher side. Look at that. He's dropping back to, what is it? Oh, he's really dropping back through the field there. He's in 9th position now. Oh, there we get in trouble with the 48. Colton Evernham. Let's bring that back for you real quick. Here you see the 53 already back behind the 48. Oh, it's the 48 just getting it all wrong when he hits the gas on that exit of turn 4. Slip sliding around through turn 1 and 2. Well, it looks like he saved it pretty good after that. It just caused a little bit of a banging and wiggling for everybody there. But yeah, it looked like Brooks is completely caught out there on that higher side at the restart. Dropped back to 9th position, now going into the pits, trying to get that car fixed up, I'm sure. Let's keep an eye on him here real quickly and see if he gets that fast repair. I don't believe he's used it yet. There you go. That's what the fast repair looks like. Bam, you have a new hood on that car. It drops him down to 15th position. Brandon Forsyth is also in the pit currently. Once again, that's his 4th pit stop. This was Jeremy's 1st. So unfortunate for him. Not really sure why he dropped back so far. He just got caught out in that gray area, it looks like. Brandon Feeney had a very, very good restart on the inside there. Jumped right into 2nd position in that 38 car. It's Jordan Dalsgaard now in 3rd. Kyle Steckley already back up to 4th. Wally Wilson up to 5th already. Carson Nagy is now in 6th. It looks like Wally Wilson and Kyle Steckley also had very good restarts there. Ludwig is in 7th. Kevin Dick in 8th. Colton Evernham in 9th. Justin McLeod is your 10th place driver. Jody Archer back in the pit. Probably doesn't have any more fast repairs. Jeremy Brooks once again back in the pits. That is weird because he just had that car repaired. Did he not take tires just not to go down a lap maybe? Yeah, it looks like he's getting the left side done now. So maybe he only took right side and then changed his mind, came back in to get the lefts as well. Lap 87 of 150. Thomas McGregor still has led every lap in this race. And there you have Brandon Feeney in that number 38 car. Interesting paint scheme with the chrome number on the side. He had a very good restart here. Worked his way up to 2nd position now. He's gained 7. Oh, there we go. Single file restart. Ooh, let's pay attention here. Thomas McGregor in the lead. Brandon Feeney in 2nd. Then it's Jordan Dalsgaard already coming under threat of Kyle Steckley. Kyle comes to the inside. He brings Wally Wilson. And let's see what happens here. The number 33. That is Ron Just. Let's go and find out what happened. Jody Archer and Ron Just there together. Oh, they're going 3 wide, and the 7 just comes down a little bit. The 33 had nowhere else to go. Ron Just back in the pit. Took a tow, I believe. Jordan Dalsgaard in the pit. There's not very many guys that have not been in the pit, but one of them is Thomas McGregor. He's out there in front, staying clean and staying out of trouble. Then one other car that has not been in the pits before now would be Ron Just. I don't think that's correct. So yeah, I believe the only guy that's not been in the pit is Thomas McGregor, and he's the leader of the race. That means he's doing all this on the same set of tires. Hasn't changed anything. Hasn't had any damage. He just blows away from the field on every restart. And let's face it, if you have less green laps and a lot of yellows, then your tires will obviously last a lot longer as well. Kyle Steckley already back in third now. Wally Wilson in fourth. Nagy is your fifth place driver. Ludwig is your sixth place driver. And then it's Kevin Dick in seventh position. Eighth is Colton Evernham. Justin McLeod is ninth. And Matthew Shirley is back up into 10th position. Ray Murnau in 11th. Dalsgaard coming back out of the pits. And it looks like we're going to go single file on this restart again. There he goes, Thomas McGregor on the gas early. Pulls away quite a bit here from Brandon Feeney. Feeney has Kyle Steckley right behind him. And behind Steckley, it's Wally Wilson and Carson Nagy, and they're battling for position as well here. Let's bring her back up to Steckley. He's on the inside of Feeney already. That is for the second position, and it looks like Kyle Steckley is taking that away from him. Brandon trying to defend on the high side there, and now it's Wally Wilson coming to his inside as well. Ooh, door to door there. Once again, a yellow. It's the 46 and the 12. That is Tom Queering and Matthew Shirley getting together there. Let's bring it back one more time. A little bit further back. Tom Query behind the number 12 there on the backstretch going into turn 3 and 4. And he just is a little bit not quick enough to slow down in that turn. Runs into the back of the 12 there. Ludwig in the pits. Ryan Thompson also in the pits. Fourth and fifth pit stop for these guys. And for some reason, scoring tells me that Ron Just has not been in the pits, but that's not correct. And we have Brandon Feeney now coming into the pits. Maybe he's thinking the better of it and getting some new tires on that car. Probably judging from how fast they were catching up to him that he really needs that new rubber. Thompson waiting here for the pit lane to open up as the field goes by. There he goes. Has to catch up to the back end of the pack there. Feeney still getting service here. Then he's on his way. So he drops back to the tail of the field in 15th position. And it's still Thomas McGregor hanging on to that lead. Well worthy champion, I would say. It would have to be a major incident or something else happening to him if he would not be able to pull this off. Kyle Steckley now in second, Wally Wilson now in third, Carson Nagy in fourth, Kevin Dick already back up to fifth. Then it's Colton Evernham doing a good job here, maintaining his top 10 position throughout this race. Ray Murnau back in the 7th position, Justin McLeod in 8th, Jeremy Brooks in 9th. So he's gained back some of what he lost. Jody Archer in 10th. Matthew Shirley in 11th, Brennan Forsyth in 12th, Ernie Ludwig In 13th, 14th driver is Brandon Feeney after his pit stop. And it's Tom Queering and Jordan Dalsgaard. Dalsgaard is more than a lap down, I would say. And then it's Ryan Thompson, the final running car. I'm sorry. We're racing once again. Pay attention. There we go. Thomas McGregor back on the gas again. Kyle Stackley in second position. Wally Wilson in third. It looks like Kevin Dick is coming to the high side of Evernham and getting by him there. And it's Ray Murnau also getting underneath the number 48. He picks up the sixth position, so it looks like Colton Evernham's getting caught out there. Jeremy Brooks already in 8th. He passed Justin McLeod. Let's bring her back up to the front here. It looks like Kyle Steckley is hanging with that leader fairly good. Wally Wilson now running the fastest lap time of the race with a 15.91. Carson Nagy in 4th there. Kevin Dick in 5th. Ray Murnau in 6th. Let's keep it up here with Kyle Steckley and Wally Wilson, 2nd and 3rd. Nagy in 4th. Kyle Steckley looks to be very solid here. Hanging with Thomas McGregor fairly good. Thomas walking away about a half a second now. Wally Wilson hanging with Kyle. Nagy and Kevin Dick, and then it's a little bit further back. It looks like Ray Murnau is having trouble catching up with these guys. Kevin Dick coming to the outside of Nagy, and he picks up that position on the outside there. Still side by side. Ooh, the 33, a back marker running wide, letting the guys by. That's good sportsmanship. Kevin Dick picks up 4th position from Carson Nagy on the outside. Took him about a lap, but he did it. Wally Wilson in 3rd. Kyle Steckley in 2nd, and it looks like McGregor is still walking away. The only driver in the field that has not made a pit stop is walking away from everybody. He's got the oldest tires. Steckley still in 2nd. And then it looks like Carson Nagy seems to be dropping back a little bit. Can't keep up with Kevin Dick. Jeremy Brooks is now in 6th. Ray Murnau in 7th. Jeremy is trying to make up for lost time here. And then further behind, Colton Evernham is now in 8th. Looked like he got kind of run over on that restart. Justin McLeod, Jody Archer, and Matthew Shirley in a group with each other here. 4 drivers. Brandon Forsyth further back by himself. Brandon Feeney working his way through the field once again. Back up to 13th position. Tom Queering and Ernie Ludwig going at it for 14th and 15th position. Looks like Ludwig is coming down below and taking that position away from Queering. Hanging on there on the outside, the 033 right behind him. Ooh, and then Queering comes off the turn a lot better and takes that position back from Ludwig. Kyle Steckley still in front. I'm sorry, Thomas McGregor still in front with Kyle Steckley in 2nd, and it looks like Wally Wilson could not keep up with Steckley there. It looks like Kevin Dick is coming underneath Wally Wilson now for 3rd position. Wally a little bit wiggly off the turn, trying to get that power down. Kevin Dick picks up 3rd position. Ooh, another yellow flag. Ray Murnau and Jeremy Brooks getting together here in what I believe is turn 1 and 2. Let's bring it back a little bit further. They're right behind Carson Nagy. It looks like they're both getting a little wiggly off the turn. They're trying to get the power down. And then the 53 was looking to go high and then changed his mind, came back down, and Ray Murnau was already there. All right, we have quite a few takers on pit row. Kyle Steckley going for his 3rd set of tires. Wally Wilson, ditto. Carson Nagy, Ray Murnau, Justin McLeod, Jody Archer, Matthew Shirley, Wally Wilson, I believe we already saw him. So quite a few guys getting back in the pits for tires. Kevin Dick decided to stay out. He is second behind Thomas McGregor, and once again, I am amazed by this man. He is the only car in the field that has not gone in for new tires, and he's still on top and faster than everybody. Ludwig in the pits. Archer coming back out, and it looks like Nagy is back out. Ray Murnau back out. Kyle Stackley, his pit stop dropped him back to 7th position, but he'll be on new tires, and on newer tires than the guys in front of him. So that probably won't take him that long. Brandon Feeney did not go into the pits this time around and picks up 4th position. Jeremy Brooks now back in 3rd. Also decided to stay out. Kevin Dick has last been in the pits on lap 68. Brooks on lap 86, and he's now going in. Or is he? No, I don't think so. He's just on the apron. Renault in 9th after his pit stop. I believe Jeremy Brooks is being sent back. Yeah, I believe he's race control told him to go back. Lap 120 of 150, we will have 30 laps to go here when we go back to racing. There we go, Thomas McGregor on the gas. Once again, pulling away from the second place driver, Kevin Dick. Brandon Feeney already under attack from Kyle Stackley. Stackley on the inside. Picking up that 3rd position. Wally Wilson right there with him, going underneath the 38 as well. Side by side into turn 1, it looks like the 72 picks up that position. Brandon Feeney now back in 5th. Ray Murnau already back up to 6th position with Tom Queering right behind him, with Justin McLeod right behind there. And then Jody Archer is kind of the tail end of this leading group. Matthew Shirley leads the 2nd group. Quite a bit of distance between these two groups here. And it's McGregor still out in front. Already 5/10 of a second ahead of Kevin Dick. Kevin Dick on somewhat newer tires than the leader there, but not able to get close. It stays about 4/10 of a second, almost 5/10 of a second there between these two guys. Kyle Stackley in 3rd, with Wally Wilson fighting right there to stay with him. Ray Murnau in 5th now, past Brandon Feeney. And Feeney is not able to stay with Murnau, and he'll have Justin McLeod in his mirrors fairly quickly here. Let's bring back Kevin Dick. The distance to Thomas McGregor is growing, not fast, but it is growing. Kyle Stackley in 3rd, having Wally Wilson right behind him still. Now it looks like it's right around a half a second, and it's stretching and pulling back just a little bit all the time. It's right around a half a second, and Thomas McGregor still seems to be fairly good in control here. That would be an understatement, really. He is just in control. Kevin Dick in 2nd. There's not much that he can do. Let's ride along with him really quickly here. There you see the leader up front there in the blue with the blue rear end. That is Thomas McGregor, your championship leader. Very likely to become the first champion in this series. You can see Kevin Dick fighting that car a little bit. It's a very bumpy track, it looks like. And then behind Kevin Dick, we see Kyle Steckley and Wally Wilson also having a little bit more gap between them now. Ray Murnau is in 5th position. He's about 2 seconds back. Brandon Feeney is the first in a group of 4 here. Justin McLeod, Jody Archer, and Tom Queering right on his tail. We see Ernie Ludwig here fighting with Brandon Forsyth. That is for 12th and 13th position, with Ryan Thompson also mixing in there. He's coming underneath Ludwig and takes that position away from him. Brandon Feeney still being followed by Justin McLeod and Jody Archer. That is 6th position for Feeney, and then 7th for McLeod, 8th for Archer, 9th for Queering. 4 cars there right together. Looks like Steckley is catching up to Kevin Dick here. Thomas McGregor has about 8/10 of a second on these guys. Kevin Dick is coming under pressure from Kyle Steckley in 2nd and 3rd position. Going underneath the 33, that's a back marker. Giving the leaders room to race. Wally Wilson dropped back a little bit from Steckley. Ray Murnau in 5th, trying to catch up to Wally. Let's bring her back here because it looks like Kevin Dick has brought that car alongside and passed Steckley for 2nd position. Let's see if we can find that moment. No, I think I'm mistaken. Kevin Dick was already in front. I'm sorry. My bad. The back markers are becoming an issue here. As you can see, the guys are going to have to work their way around slower traffic. And that's what happens on the longer... Ooh! Kevin Dick and Steckley seem to be coming bumper to bumper there. Both getting off balance a little bit. They're saving it. Jody Archer, looks like Brandon Feeney has been passed by Justin McLeod. Brandon Feeney hanging on there on the high side. It doesn't look like he can catch that car, almost into the wall, and it looks like he drops to the tail end of this group. Kevin Dick and Kyle Steckley still there fighting for the 2nd and 3rd position. Thomas McGregor is over a second out now. Lap 142 of 150. We have 9 more laps to go. Thomas McGregor is going to finish this thing in good fashion. Leading the championship, leading the race from flag to flag. And the battle is now basically for the honors of the podium. Kevin Dick and Kyle Steckley going at it together. That's 033 going high there. That's Ryan Thompson letting those guys by and race. Ray Murnau is in 4th position. Justin McLeod has picked up 5th. Wally Wilson is dropping back a little bit. He's down to 6th. It looks like those tires are just completely shot. He gets up into the wall, and oh, there we see him going around. Couldn't save it. Scraped the wall throughout that turn. Off balance. That is unfortunate for him. He was doing a really good job. Look at that. He gets up in the gray area through the opening of the wall and then can't save it coming back down. Lap 147 of 150. And this man is still on his original set of tires in the lead. Kevin Dick and Kyle Steckley will probably just get one more shot at him, because I'm fairly sure we're looking at a green-white checkered here. If And that'll be to settle this thing here. First championship for the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Series is going to be taken by Thomas McGregor. The 033 gets a wave around. And honestly, it doesn't even matter anymore if he wins it or not. He is high up enough in the field here. His best shot, the challenger with the best shot was Jeremy Brooks. He's in 7th. He's not close enough, anywhere near championship chances at this point. Great way for Thomas to finish this season. And it looks like the plan is for next season to switch to trucks, which will probably be a little bit different for some of these guys, but it might bring in some new competition. Maybe some of the guys will be more comfortable in those trucks. And we're also going to go and visit some bigger tracks like Daytona and Talladega. Yes, it looks like we're going to be doing a green, white, checkered once the lights on the pace car go out, and that'll wrap up a great first season here with the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing guys. Guys are coming alongside. 2 laps to settle this thing. Let's see if Thomas can finish this up with yet another win. And once again, early on the gas. Kevin Dick and Kyle Steckley side by side for that second position, with Ray Murnau right there in 4th. Thomas McGregor walks away once again by 3/10 of a second already. Ooh, and it looks like Steckley got in there really deep. Touching with Kevin Dick right now. He hangs on to that second position. Kevin Dick loses it on that final lap. And it's McGregor up front. It looks like Kyle Steckley is really trying hard to push him away there. It is Thomas McGregor that wins the final race here in great fashion. It's Kyle Steckley finishing in 2nd position, trying everything he had in the book there. Couldn't get it done. Ray Murnau is in 3rd position, not really rolling anymore, but that doesn't matter anymore. Justin McLeod brings it home in 4th. It's Jody Archer in 5th. So Thomas McGregor finishes up a season here in great fashion with a win from flag to flag. He was the only driver in this race not needing a pit stop for fresh tires. He did the entire thing on his only set, in 1 set of tires. He was quickest all around, quick on the restarts, not being intimidated by anybody on those final few laps here, where Kyle Steckley even got as close as to tapping the rear end of that 75 car. It didn't matter. Thomas McGregor finishes on top where he was already when we started this race. Congratulations to Thomas McGregor. Great, great job. All right, let's see if we can find anybody. And I'm especially thinking of Jordan Berry, but he is in a do not disturb situation currently, so Ray Murnau is having some fun here. Let's bring up those final results for the race. There you have it. It's Thomas McGregor winning this thing. He was already leading the championship, so Thomas McGregor will be crowned the first champion of the Saskatchewan Stock Car Racing Championship. First season, first champion. Second place finisher is Kyle Steckley. Tried
You got a
really
copy,
hard.
Mark?
Yes, I do. I was just thinking about trying to get you, but you were in the in the do not disturb room.
It's all good. So one of those races again. I guess it is what it is, and maybe it'll be a good thing we go to the big tracks next season.
Yeah, it was a little bit. We had a few good stints of green flag racing, I think, but I'm just amazed by Thomas McGregor, man. He is the only guy in this entire field that did not take a pit stop for tires or anything, and he was just dominating this entire thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's really tough to get a true sense of who's going to come out on top when we have that many caution flags, and it really doesn't give anyone a chance to heat up their tires. I don't even know if we ran 10 laps, so at the end there it was a good run. Got rid of some guys that I think they actually had too many incident points, so they got removed from the server or whatever. But all in all, I think some guys had some fun, some guys had some frustrations, and overall it was hopefully a good experience for most.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody that was in somewhat of contention, like Kyle Steckley, Ray Murnau, and Brooks, Jeremy Brooks. I mean, they tried really hard, and I'm sure if part of the frustration is that when you're in the middle of the pack, something happens. It's just almost impossible to get around on these small tracks.
Yeah, and I think that's we kind of took over what was kind of planned from day one, and the struggle with iRacing is, I mean, it's kind of a broken record. Is these guys aren't paying for their cars when they wreck, and it sounds stupid when you say that, but at the end of the day, you drive it in there that much harder. You don't spend time practicing, and this isn't your normal council game that you play with a controller. So it does take a certain level of skill and a certain level of practice and time, and I understand guys aren't going to willing to put that much time in at times. So that's why we're thinking about going to the trucks where there's more room, more forgiveness, and just hopefully overall better racing.
Would you think that it would help if you would take away the fast repair, because the fast repair is obviously benefiting the guys that mess up early on, and some of them save it actually until the damage just gets too much after multiple wrecks. But if you would not have the fast repair, do you think that would calm them down a little bit?
I think I run in multiple leagues that do multiple different things. And the reason we put it in at the end here was solely, or I mean, we put it in basically, I guess, week 2 or 3, was because we had guys that were getting wrecked or getting caught up in things that had nothing to do with what they did, and they're taking their Sunday evening away from family or whatever, and on lap one they're done because of nothing they did. So it's kind of a catch-22. One of the things I thought about early on is I thought, what would work is if I lowered that incident rate. So if a guy gets 14 X's, which is how many incident points you get in a race, they get removed from the server instantly. And essentially, if you're involved in 14 different incidences or accumulating 14 incident points, I feel like you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah, but both of these issues, like the fast repair and the incidence points, it's a double-edged sword, because you get incident points from other people running into you as well. So both of these issues, both of the options that you have are basically there. You can't. It's a double-edged sword. You get them because somebody runs into you, or you get them when you make a mistake yourself. Basically, what I think is what we need to work towards is that people also realize that they have to work on staying out of trouble.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe where that instant point comes in, is it allows guys to, even if a guy's going to dive bomb them, and that's going to put them in a tough position, maybe they give the guy the spot. It's it's a tough thing with iRacing. I mean,
Absolutely.
you go in and smash up $100,000 truck or $100,000 super late model or whatever those cars cost. I don't even know. I think your brain thinks a little differently, and I get it. It's a video game. Uh, People will say it's simulator, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. There's
Yeah,
nothing on the line.
yeah,
There's nothing on the line for these guys. They wreck, they get mad, it doesn't matter to them. The biggest frustrating thing from my perspective, and I said it in the race chat, is that people are taking time away from their days. We had people watching, and at the end of the day, I don't know what my ticker says here. I think I'm off the ticker, but I want to say that we're in the 70s for caution laps of 150 lap race. I mean, nobody wants to do that, nor watch that or anything. So, lots of things to work on, lots of things to talk about. It's to be honest, it's a new thing for me when it comes to admitting, and then in the Facebook groups, I admitted to, mistakes I made in server situations and making calls that are uncomfortable. I mean, I had to kick people out of the race at times, and that's not fun to do, but it's for the better of everyone. And at the end of the day, we're just trying to have fun. And if it becomes not fun for people, why do we do it, right?
exactly, exactly. And I will say, Jordan, we're on the final race of the season with 23 cars taking the start. I mean, that is an accomplishment in itself. Having grown from, I think we started out with like 12 or 13 guys, and we're now looking at over 20 cars in the final race. The final race is often a race where people just, if they can't win anything anymore, why bother showing up? But they're showing up and they're having fun and they're racing. They're taking that time, as you say, they're taking that time away from their family to have a little fun here. And so, I mean, I wouldn't call the race a disaster. Yes, there were quite a few yellows, but I think in the green laps that we did have, we did see some good racing up top with Thomas McGregor, Stackley, Murnau, and Kevin Dick and Jeremy Brooks. I mean, there's also moments there where you can see the difference between the top end of the field and the rear end of the field, where the top end guys will catch a car that goes sideways through the turns, and the guys further down don't.
Yeah, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Is it's kind of like, I mean, I know you're not the biggest NASCAR fan, but one of the biggest topics from 2 weeks ago was when Quinn Hoff came down from the middle lane, taking out Christopher Bell and Matthew Benedetto. An absolute egregious mistake that should never happen at a pro level. But that's the difference between top level drivers and bottom level drivers. And we do want to be inclusive in this race or in this series. And you can't cater to the best of the best all the time, because you'll end up with five drivers, and
Yeah,
I mean, that fun either. So it's like anything, it's learning. It's I can see, like I said, I run in leagues that have a rule book bigger than most university textbooks. I don't have time to do that. I
I
will not
agree.
do that. But in the same breath, I can see how people set up rules so that the call is black and white. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because even as an admin, it puts me in a tough spot if the same, five, six, seven guys are causing the cautions, and I have a three strike rule. Well, technically, I gotta wait for them to screw up three times before I can technically kick them, or and that could be if there's five or six guys causing those cautions. I mean, do the math. That's a lot of cautions before we start kicking guys. So, and I like I said, I don't want to kick anybody. I'm not in this. I'm not here to kick anyone out of the server. I'm not here to have people end their nights early. Because those same people that might be getting kicked are the same people that took time away from their families, friends, whatever, on a Sunday night. So, I can tell you, I learned a lot admitting. There was some very uncomfortable, frustrating times for me, and there was some great racing throughout the year. So, like you said, we not dwell on the negatives and hopefully do the positives, and come back for season two with a new life, I guess.
Absolutely, and I think what I think will bring some major change is the fact that you're going to be running some bigger tracks. Like on these, if you have a half-mile track and you put 24 cars on it, that's a traffic jam, basically. It's a high-speed traffic jam. If you do the same thing on a track like Daytona, you can easily put 24 cars in a row there, bumper to bumper, and the first guy won't see the last guy until like the end of the race. So I think that'll also change things a little bit for the better. And not to, I'm not saying that we shouldn't do any short tracks. Obviously, you're going to have a mix of all that stuff. And if you keep doing the short tracks, hopefully we'll all get better at it as well.
Well, and I think like if you once we decide on a schedule, and the short tracks are going to be, NASCAR short tracks. The trucks, Cup cars, Xfinity, they don't run on these tracks. Too small,
Yeah.
So that's where like you do the Richmonds, and we did do North Wilkesboro this year, and I don't remember how the race went, but it was kind of we put it together last minute, so I know the setup was a little off, but that's a little bit of a wider, bigger track, multiple grooves for the most part, and that's really where these types of tracks become hard. These types of tracks, when we're dealing with a super late model in real life, and you give someone the bumper, I have no experience racing real cars, so I just know this from experience or from talking to people, but you can give the bumper to a guy a couple times, 3 times, and have no issues. But here, you got internet, you got net code, you have cars that if you tap them, get pushed a lot harder. So with a track like this, that you do probably need to bump to pass to a certain extent, or at least get the guy loose. Well, getting the guy loose here is usually resulting in a caution.
Yeah.
So when we go to Richmond or North Wilkesboro again, there's room for guys to save it. There's room for guys to go in different lanes to try and get around guys up high. So that's the hope, is that we just nobody wants to run 70 laps under caution. You don't, I don't, the drivers don't. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, you and I can't control the caution. So it's really up to the drivers to make those decisions, and us to put them in, or myself as the raceman to put them in a position that is a little more successful for them, I guess.
Yep. Well, I still think that the first season for this championship is a success. Absolutely. We're brought on board a lot of guys. We've seen some really cool races. We had some difficulties with some races, but all in all, I think it's been a lot of fun, and I would love to be back to do that to do this again next year, and it could only get better.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that, if you think about the dynamic we had with these guys, is we never really ran the same car twice in a row, and so there is an element of getting used to driving a super late model, 5, 6 times in a row, a truck 5, 6 times in a row, or a full season. You understand what they're going to do if a guy gets into you. So I think that, to give the drivers a fair shake here, you go run from running a 350 360 sprint car at Eldora to a
Yeah.
super late model at Five Flags. I mean, and I don't expect these guys. We put up practice sessions on Thursday nights, but I understand guys work, they're busy, they got families. I don't expect them. I'm sitting there going, "You're not going to race if you don't do practice." You know what I mean? So we just give them every opportunity possible to hopefully practice and spend the time, and that's why I think picking one car, and then we're going to do some special events that'll have a different car as a support series essentially. It'll give them some flexibility, but having one car I hope helps as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
no, I think we'll have some announcements in the next week or so here. Next weekend is technically off. We don't have anything scheduled. We might end up doing some sort of special event, which we will see if you want to broadcast. But you and I'll get in touch there, and there'll be announcements on our Facebook page.
All right. So everybody can check out the Facebook page and make sure they stay up to date with what's coming. The new season will start in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the tentative schedule. We'll have a final announcement soon here.
All right, Jordan. Thanks very much for the explanations, and looking back at this once again, I think we've put together quite a good and fun championship. We're going to do it with one car, the truck, next season, and we'll have some more races too. I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. No, we're gonna do kind of a special event where, like I said, we'll have a support series in the middle, but we haven't really finalized it. Once we get it finalized, we'll have some decisions to make.
All right. Well, we'll find out on Facebook, folks, and we appreciate all your attention. Once again, we want to thank tonight's sponsors. That is the Royal LePage Varsity and Travis Queering, and their support is much appreciated by the drivers, the admin, and the broadcaster alike. We hope to see you in 2 weeks for sure for the kickoff of the second season of the Saskatchewan Stock Car Championship. We congratulate Thomas McGregor for winning the first season. He went out here on the final race in great fashion, leading start to finish, and we're looking forward to see how things are going to be looking if we do everything in one truck, if we're going to bigger tracks and a longer schedule. So it can only get better from here, folks. We hope to see you again next season, and keep an eye on Facebook for that special event that might show up for next weekend. But in 2 weeks for sure, we'll be back with the new season for the Saskatchewan Stock Cars. Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Mark. This is Short Shift Broadcasting. We'll see you again soon.